Peace. This is Star with the Star Blooms. Lately, y'all, all I've been is music. That's it. That's all that's been. Um, I have clear art. I have a lot of clairs. My team has been speaking with me through music. And a couple of days ago, I got in a channel message, and it was, "How much better can I show my love for you than say I do, I do, I do? You may not know right where you're going, but I do, I do, I do. And all of the times you wasn't chosen, well, I'll make it out to you. All of the years you're not showing, when your rivers overflow. Mm, it's the truth, so do you. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I like the part where she's like, and all that you are, I do. Sing along the stars and you. Y'all, sometimes we be looking for it in so many other people. Spirit be right there with you. I do. I love you. I do. I'm here for you. I do. You might have not knew where you was going, where you was headed to, but I do. You might have not knew the path that you was taking, but I know, right? And you connect to me, you connect to the truth that's within you. And a lot of the times people hear messages like the ones that I share myself. My message is consistent, and a lot of people get annoyed and they feel like my goal is to take people out of community, which is why a lot of people have hard times actually connecting to what I'm saying. But people don't recognize if you go into community and you don't have recognition and identification resonance within oneself, if you don't know who you are and you go into a space trying to find yourself, you be placed in a space of lessons, and you need to have them. I needed to have them. That's how I was able to learn and perceive, and that's why I'm at this right now within myself. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to guide you within anything. You should be guided by your spirit team. You should be receiving your insight at that rate, and you should always take any message that you receive back into meditation. However, being at a space where we are in the midst of people resisting, rejecting, there's this energy of ghosting, and it's like, how do you ghost a ghost? And that's what Spirit had poured into me the other night. It's like there's these games that are being played with very, very, very significant things that should be set up in propriety. Like this should be actually set aside for, this should be cared for. But if you don't have the idea and the mindset to be in what it is that you are, what it is that you do, you will convince yourself to be willing and to be in action somewhere else. And then when you get out of the space where you stopped acting and carrying on in the way that you knew that you was never supposed to be carrying on in, you get at a rate where you feel like you're having to make up. And we just get the opportunity to choose ourselves the first time. And that way, when we go into connections, we still have ourselves. I'm still my first choice. So because I still chose me first, even when I come into conflict, even when I come into confusion, or even when I come into a space where my conviction and my dedication, where my call needs to be my call, even when I am called into a new space within the operation of this calling. So if I've been called to a new rate with you, and I'm still in position of my story that has been used as a weapon supposedly against me, but Spirit has weaponized me in this space where my story is my power. If I'm in my power, and now I'm in this space and I'm actually in a position, in this new position, I have to be at a rate to where I recognize that the first covenant, the first connection that you make is with yourself. It always needs to be with yourself. If we don't know how to love ourselves properly, we come in wanting other people to love us for us. You know, we get lazy in love, showing up in an agitation because you are lacking. When it's like, I wanted my person to actually see me, love me, so they would know that this is the standard. And I had to get to that rate, you know. I had to stop accepting certain things for me to be at a rate within myself that said, okay, this is the choice, you know? And anybody who comes into my vortex will be at a space of this. This is the requirement. And not just because of a physical thing, but it's a spiritual thing that has now manifested, I say, into the 3D. Um, Spirit is saying, I do. Yeah. The single line of stars in noon. And for me, I almost flipped out when I heard that part. I'm like, 12! It's 3. 1 plus 2 equals 3. It's the divine feminine, divine masculine that makes the baby. And I'm over here and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many messages. This how I be, y'all, okay? And I'm like, Spirit, you saying I do, but I do to you. I give my devotion to you. And whoever comes to me, they're going to be devoted to you. So it's not me choosing. I don't got to be so fearful of the choice that I make, Spirit, because I choose you, because I chose myself. And because I chose myself, the person that I'm going to choose also chooses themselves. And me doing the self love bit is what actually aligns me to the person who is in love with themselves. And me loving myself won't offend them. Me being myself won't offend them because they walk and they call and they in the position. This is how it starts to work. 616, okay? This message needed to be heard by somebody. Okay, I love y'all. I hope y'all recognize that there is a rate and a position that you get to have, and everything comes in alignment. Your team comes in alignment. Your people come in alignment. And sometimes until you get in a space where you're aligning, you just getting all the goodness. You know, just a second ago I said the things that are from past are sometimes skeleton keys, and they open many doors because of the person that you in a company with. Sometimes y'all don't know what it looks like to be in the midst of a VIP, section. It's like it's benefits that come with this. It's privilege that come with this. There's a rate of being that is, because of who you in the midst of. But a lot of y'all aren't willing to take account for what's come in for you. And y'all so mad. We be so mad. We get stuck in this whole race baiting thing, y'all. And we're also stuck into this. I want to say 3D because it's like I know that that's like what people understand, right? But it's a consciousness lack mindset. It's a generational thing that's been placed on us to hate this person, to hate this, to be mad that this isn't, that this is. But y'all have access to something that is in your blood, right? And if you keep on deciding that what somebody gave you is the only thing that you get to have, and you can't go and be at the rate is that's what is for you, right? You'll be at a space where you'll keep on being mad and upset and angry, and not going, not being, not doing, and not having, right? Not willing, because you believe that things is walking past you. Spirit will never allow something that has your energetic coded frequency to move past you. Are you within, ownership of you, right? Are you willing to receive your ancestors? Are you willing to acknowledge that they're there to help you? Are you willing to give them permission to be at a rate with you, to where you recognize every choice and decision that I've made, there's been a response. You know, there's been a response. When you move, I move. Just like that. When you move, hell yeah. It's been a thing where if you get at a rate within yourself, you connect to your God within, right? You connect to the gods within, right? You allow yourself to align with the truth. You allow yourself to start healing your vessel because you recognize that in this body, Spirit chose me to do these things. In this body, in this space, in this vessel, this is the connection that I've made. I'm going to carry it out, and I'm going to make sure it's at the highest. I'm going to make sure it's at a harmonious frequency. I'm going to make sure that there's a homeostasis that occurs within this vessel. I'm going to continue to thank this vessel for all the good work that is done. You start to move it this way, you start to recognize, oh, shoot, this was the missing key, right? And instead of me being in connection, right? Spirit got on me, y'all. I was out here, okay? I grew up reading arabesque books, black romance novels and stuff like that, collecting and taking on things because of the dream and the hope to have something. And then you find it within yourself by surrendering and letting go of the things that you gathering and wanting to keep that don't belong to you. get to the rate to where you recognize I made all this room for what is to come, and it is now here, and I am open and I'm ready to receive it. And it's only because I know that it's coming from the Most High.